I should have texted you more often. If I would have wanted you to care. But can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
Look, I do care, but I don't care. My phone is always on me, but I'm not there. Notified, but it always coincides with something that overrides. On the grind over time, nobody gets no reply. That's bona fide, no disrespect. Screen's always lighting up like a cigarette. I save my writing for the symphonette.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it was.
You're not my problem.
You're
not my problem. You got issues. Don't call me.
You said I should have texted you more often. If I would have wanted you to care. But can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
Why do you think this is? What you say doesn't match up with how you're leaving me on red and how you never pick up the number of the telegrams on your phone. So you get a pretty high Candy Crush score. Boy, you're wasting your time. Let me tell you that it wasn't my fault. You're not my problem. Boy, you got issues. Don't call me.
You said I should have texted you more often. If I would have wanted you to care. Can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care? And you say I should have texted.
Don't hold out for a text that you'll never get. Are you bitter yet, or is it jealousy? Fundamentally, there's nothing you could thread to top my lethargy. A message in a bottle, and that bottle in an ocean, and that ocean is no metaphor for my devotion, but I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy.
And you say I should have texted you more often. If I would have wanted you to care. But can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
I don't care.
Always on me.
What's up, people? How's it going? We have a very serious matter to talk about now. Eggy, I think one of my last streams, maybe the third last, second last, fourth last, fifth last, something along those lines, you were saying that you're surprised that Purple Glitter has kept off the internet for this long. Well, surprise, surprise, you will be surprised she has not kept off the internet for this long because she is indeed Binge Gorl. Now, I am going to go over how I've come to this conclusion. There's multiple factors. One of the first things would be the mass of emails. I'm like, can you stop with the same bullshit? Like, stop emailing me PG under your new moniker Binge Gorl. It's super, super, super annoying. It is. And okay, let me put this up on the screen here. We're gonna go over all of this. We're gonna go over everything because if you really want to go back to jail that bad, that's your problem, to be honest with you. I don't care. Her World says, I wish you would stay offline and stop. What's up, Pearl? No name, what's going on? Okay, so let me show this first. So before we get into this, because look at this. It's literally the same modus operandi. Literally, the modus operandi of Purple Glitter is the massive emails and then claiming to be on PG's side, giving me case updates, telling me about the DH initials, what I got wrong, what I'm doing wrong, what this and that. We're gonna go through all of this because if you know and you've been with me for the years that this has been happening with Purple Glitter, you know, even looking at the no subjects, the way how she says certain things, you can already tell it's her. But we're gonna open this up. Coupled with the fact that this one specific person was only a handful of individuals who knew that DH isn't necessarily the lawyer, but could very well be and is probably extremely likely to be the fiance of the lawyer. I won't name names because I don't want to say this guy's names because he's been through a lot and I've been through a lot and I am empathetic and sympathetic to his plight because I'm still going through this shit. I just got an email how many minutes ago? When was this? The 25th. Wasn't there something that she emailed me like literally just before I went on stream here? Like, holy shit, man. Like, stop doing this crap. It's super annoying. Like, you are literally gift wrapping yourself to the APA and saying, "Hey, I want to go back to jail because this is serious. This is extremely serious." You okay, I forgot to do one thing. Looking at the order. All right, let's go to the bond order. Cuz if you want to be this stupid and ruin your case because you want to be and even emailing me is actually not being on social media because we got to get it right. What she's done in terms of the emails actually is not violating her bond order. What does violate her bond order is going on YouTube, which is social media, and interacting with people in those streams. So let's get it right because I want to be extremely specific on what is a violation versus what isn't a violation. Email is not social media. So if the judge had said, "Hey, no emails to people outside of your lawyer," then it would be a bond violation, but it's not. So let's take a look at this. Here's what it says right there. Defendant, right here, defendant to have no contact with victim, no social media use, no phone use outside telephone calls. That means you're not supposed to be on social media. Are email social media? No, they're not. They're not described as social media. But what is described as social media is YouTube. You cannot be on YouTube, Binge Girl, aka PG. You are violating your bond order. You cannot do this. Do not do this crap. Because as if the PA or APA gets wind that you've been doing this, and a lot of people will rat on you, this is girl world, then I'm sorry, you can very likely face uh uh go in front of the judge and be like, the judge will be like, why did you do that? Or the judge could be like, hey, screw it, we're just gonna put your ass back in jail until your matter is settled. You violated. Plus you're gonna lose that $400. He could maybe give you a higher bond. He could just completely revoke your bond. He could say that this is an insignificant matter, but is it insignificant? Because the whole case rests on the social media use. So Binge Girl is like, oh my god, boy. Let's even talk about that. So remember when we had what was it, Moby Dick, right? Remember when we had Moby Dick? And I'm like, are people this naive? So we have a person going by the name Moby Dick that's Buddha's best friend that just so happens to be archiving years of Purple Glitter's, mania. And Purple Glitter is the type that will like fly by night where she'll stream for a couple minutes, an hour or two, and then minutes or an hour or two later is deleted. You gotta have some time on your hands to be always on top of that and recording that stuff. That is way too much time for me. I do not have time for that. I have a life. I gotta do a lot of shit at my house today and into tomorrow. There's no way. I can't believe that people were so simple in the brain to think that Moby Dick is a different person. I heard though that Booty Bitch came clean and said that she was Moby Dick. No shit. So Moby Dick was an account shared by Buddha and a friend who Buddha watches her. Do you literally believe that, or could we just not be ridiculous and just say it is Buddha? She can come up with whatever excuse or outs or whatever. Does this make any sense? So you're sharing a YouTube. Why would you share a YouTube account? Do you got to pay for a YouTube account or is it free? Though most people have a cell phone. You can sign up with whatever email address and get a goddamn YouTube account. Why? What is the utility of sharing a YouTube account? Does this literally make any sense to you? Why would you share a YouTube account? It don't make no goddamn sense. Use your brain, people. It's the same goddamn person. Use your goddamn brain. All right, so we're gonna go to this. So we got Binge Girl. That was, when was she in my stream again? It wasn't last night because we did the Natter situation last night. It was Thursday night. So she was in my stream Thursday night. So that could be one count, one violation. But I heard she was in other streams last night. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you blatantly skirt the law and taunt the prosecution during an active court case where you have waived your right to preliminary to literally go online of some and do things that hinges that you have been told not to do, that you have been doing, and you've been labeled as a person who's dangerous to society because of what you've been doing, and you go on and do it again? Why? Monty, nobody has asked you to share an account. That's weird. Yeah, please, somebody, can I share your YouTube account? Because it's so hard. There's such a wall, right? Where I gotta pay $100 a month for YouTube account. So let's share it. You know what? People have asked me to share Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Hulu, Apple TV, because you gotta pay for that shit. So there's an understanding there. There's a reasoning. There's a logic. You know what I mean? Come on, people. Come on. Let's use our brains. Can we see the emails? Of course, Eggy. So the first one ever was this one. When was this? June 28th. PG, you're fucking around, man. Okay, so when did she get out of jail again? Was it the 28th or 29th? I gotta look that shit up. Shit, I gotta go to CaseNet because I think it was the 28th. But okay, so on the 28th, I need to make sure something. What time was this? The 28th at 9:40. But YouTube is not Eastern time, right? It's a different time. I gotta look into this further because this has to make sense. So Binge Girl says, "Hey Monty, did you hear that Doug didn't turn in his discovery on time? And from what I've been told, he could potentially screw this whole case up for not turning in the discovery on time like he should have. And now the state has submitted a second request forcing him to respond. Any ideas of what could have caused the delay?" How the hell would you know whether or not Doug has turned in his discovery on time? Like, I don't get this. How would you know that unless you're privy to matters in the case? Unless you are goddamn purple glitter. and your attorney has told you that, hey, a crucial element of whoever they have as a witness has not turned in their discovery, and the prosecution's case hinges on them turning the discovery, so they made a second request. Like, Jesus freaking Christ, why are you telegraphing yourself here? Why are you doing this to yourself? How would you ever get this information that Doug didn't turn in his discovery in time? And then at first she thought it was Doug, but then we started to get messages that she's like, hey, it's actually not Doug. I guess her lawyer told her. Okay. So then when was this? 24th of July. And Monty, really, I'm really that good. Don't worry, one day you'll catch up. Okay, this is not in order. I need to go back. You Gmail, what are you doing? Like, if I put in a keyword search, you got to put my shit in order. Don't do this to me. Now shit is all over the goddamn place. All right, so let's go to the 14th of July. Here we go. Binge Girl sends this. So Binge Girl says this, 14th of July here. Just so you know, house arrest in the States doesn't work that way, like you mentioned in SJAM stream. Maybe that's how it is up in Canada, but it's different down here. How would you know that, Binge Girl, unless you're on house arrest yourself? Kind of like Purple Glitter's on house arrest. They don't call you to check in on you at all. It's vice versa. You're only allowed to go to like 6 places: work, church, therapy, your attorney's office, and the doctor's office. How do you know this, Binge Girl? How do you know this unless you, 1, either had house arrest, 2, maybe you know somebody that's had house arrest in Missouri, or 3, you're freaking Purple Glitter. God damn. That's it. And each time you leave, you have to text the number that they give you to check in. And once they reply back to you, you're allowed to leave. And if you leave without checking in first, that's when you get called. Also, go outside 25 feet of your designated area. The ankle monitor will turn red, vibrate, and make a noise. There's a couple people on TikTok who make content about being on house arrest in the States that can give you more info. That's how I learned about it from much. I smell bullshit. Sure you did. Okay. That's how I learned about it, from watching those creators. Why did you bring it up for no reason? I highly doubt anyone really cares about PG's house arrest rules. Okay. Cool. We're gonna go to another one. God damn. So we have the 20th of June, the 14th of July, and then after that is the 21st of July. So here we go. We're going to go to one of the, oh my God, this is the whole Jay Bauer thing. She's been messaging me about this whole Jay Bauer bullshit. Let's put this on the screen. I don't give a shit. I was contemplating of not saying anything because I don't want to get people who shouldn't be involved get involved in this shit. But since we're doing this and she's violated, I'm going to put it up. Binge Girl says the dominant, not dominant, the dominant. The dominant. This was the KC fan guy who she claimed was abusive to her for almost a year but didn't file charges on him. Is it real? Who the hell knows? It's PG. PG. How Binge Girl, if you're not PG, how the hell would you know that this guy, Jay Brower, is the dominant guy? Because remember, there's been a few dominants in her life. There's that chubby, overweight, hefty black guy that she has the picture with. And then there's this guy. I've never heard about this guy in my fucking life. And I used to talk to PG. How would Binge Girl know this? That this is another dominant. So this is J.W. Brower. You're not stuck. You're just staring at the wrong option. Jacob Brower, founder and chief strategist, What's Likely.io. Jesus Christ. Are these like guys just like, using these, women for their fuck shit, and then they ghost and move on. I didn't even know this shit. Like, you are literally telegraphing that it's you, PG. Okay, so we got that. So what was else was on? Oh, here we go. Now I don't really even feel like putting this up. Maybe I will blur this later. Yeah, I'm gonna blur this later. Okay, so here it is. So we got DH initials. I guess she found out now on the 21st of July after speaking to the lawyer who's really going after her. It's 80% chance of PG fish. I'm telling you, it's like 99.99999% it's PG. I would bet my left nut, my balls that this is PG. So Binge Girls goes DH initials. Doug Hansen is not the only option in the court paperwork. The other possible option would be Dakota Hicks, aka DH, which is his supposed fiance. Purple Glitter, that's his goddamn fiance, and they allegedly, supposedly got married a couple weeks ago, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I was hearing that. I didn't want to intrude because honestly, I try and not screw with people and mess with people's lives. Congrats to them though. Happy couple, happy marriage. Good for you. Hopefully you escape the tenacity that's Purple Glitter. So Binge Girl, aka Purple Glitter, continues. They are the same initials, DH. It could be either one of them testifying depending on the circumstances. The only way to know who is testifying for certain is to try and ask him directly, and this also depends on if they are married or not. The only way to know is to check the public Greene County records online. Either way, their initials are exactly. How the hell would you know to check Greene County records online? Like, how would you know this? The typing structure and knowledge is the same as PG. Also, Binge was in Enna B. Lurkin's chat last night. Monty. Yeah, I heard that. Somebody was telling me that Binge Girl was in Edna's chat. I mean, okay, cool, except for the fact that a judge literally told you not to use social media and you're using social media. And I think you're comfortable maybe after some time to do this, but it still stands. You have a bond order, which means if you violate it, you could possibly go back to jail. Do you wanna end up like FTW Blue God? You really want to eat that cornbread so bad? You want Big Bertha to put you in her bottom lips? Is that what you want? You want Big Bertha to be like, give me a kiss? And then you're like, Bertha, that's not so bad. I guess I could give you a kiss, Big Bertha. And Big Bertha's like, nah, not on the top lips. The other lips. Them bottom lips, girl. We in Lawrence County jail, girl. You gonna kiss me on them bottom lips, girl. All right, let me continue. Someone even commented in your chat that day saying you were wrong. Yeah, that was you. You was the one commenting that I was wrong. It was you. And you even put it on your screen. Are you getting confused with your alters or something? Like, was that like another alter under the control of your account and then another alter took over? Like, what the hell? Someone even commented in your chat that day saying you were wrong, and you even put it on your screen. You even argued that with it and acted like you knew it all. It's obvious that it's being the fiance calling the shots the entire time. What do you mean calling the shots? What happened was you kept on emailing him, the dude, and his fiance was his secretary, and she would get the emails, and that's why you were in trouble. Not necessarily because of him, but because of the fiance being harassed by your emails that you keep sending to a freaking lawyer. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? And you're the last one to catch up. I'm disappointed in you and your lack of attention to details. Do your research, Monty. Oh my God. Okay. All right, cool. You guys getting it yet? Because this kind of gives me a pretty good idea of who I'm talking to right now, especially with these mass of emails. Okay, I'm gonna go now to the 24th, then we're gonna do the 25th, and then we're gonna do the 26th. It's the same literal goddamn MO. I don't even know why I even try with this anymore. Like you literally are giving yourself away. And what's even worse, you could have kept a low profile PG and just be under the radar using social media, and nobody would be the wiser except you gave yourself away with these constant no subject emails, the constant 1 word, 2 word, 3 word emails calling me a liar, saying you're team PG. So Binge Gold goes, and Monty, I'm really that good. Well, you're not good at hiding who you are, PG. Don't worry, one day you'll catch up. Them laws be catching up to you really soon, PG. I'm telling you. So I guess you're really not that good. Then she was emailing me en masse again. Oh yes, after my stream, she was talking smack to me. Let's put this up right here. This one. Oh boy. Okay. Binge Girl, no subject again. I really don't know why I bothered to help you when you were consistently inclined to report things incorrectly. Scrange was even telling you facts and you couldn't even listen to those correctly. The facts that I was wrong with you paying only $400, I wasn't wrong. It literally says on the sheet it's 4,000. What you can't understand is that you were given the option of only paying 10%, which is $400. Really sad. Surely you have other things you can report on that you can get right for once. This is so PG. I'm wrong with everything. I'm unsubscribing. Sure. Good luck on everything, Monty. Okay. Let me go to the other one from the 24th where I did the stream. So we got that. That was the 24th. And this is the 24th as well, 2 days ago. I'm like, getting these massive emails, man, it's so frustrating. If you've ever been in this situation, you will never understand how frustrating this is. Hi, Monty. Sorry for causing a ruckus in the stream. It's just very frustrating to hear people get information wrong. Why does it matter if somebody's getting information wrong if it's not you? Do you really care that much? Like, unless this is you. All I can say is that I am close to PG. Yeah, close like the next brain cell over, as in a DID alter, allegedly, supposedly. You're very close to PG. All I can say is that I am close to PG and I've known her for years. Yeah, like all her life. Like, how old is she? Like 42? You've known her all her life because you are PG. I know almost every detail. Oh my God, she is giving herself away. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Okay, let me read this again. All I can say is that I am close to PG and I've known her for years. I know almost every detail about her. Yeah, because you're PG. And as far as the whole initial situation, given how the internet works, it's not difficult to find information on anyone if you already know that person's first name. You should know this considering you've been in Girl World for as long as you have. Anyone can cross-reference someone. It's not hard. I only know a few details of what went down between you and PG, but I'm not very big on asking questions. Your stream was some attempt to convince me to your side. It will never work. I will always side with PG. I just wanted you to have a basic understanding of the facts of what happened. And what happened was there are no new charges at this time, and both parties are proceeding to trial. Unless one of the parties requests a continuance, then the date is now officially set to proceed without further interruption. I hope one day you and PG can work things out. because it's really sad to watch her go through all of this, but it's clear that both of you are fed up with each other at this point. Why would anyone think I want to have anything to do with my stalker that has been doing this to me for years? How? Why would you ever think I would want to work something out that has stalked me, tell lies about me, kept on telling people that I would physically beat them up as if I'm flying to Missouri to beat somebody up and then flying back to Canada. So it's so ridiculous that people are listening to that dissonant stupidity as if it's possible that I'm flying to Missouri, beating somebody up, and then flying back, telling people I'm abusing her, physically beating her up, all this stupid shit. It's so freaking borderline. It's disgusting. I will continue. Understandable. What I can say is you are the last thing on her mind right now, and all she cares about is her case. How would you know this? Why you are even bothering to report on her is beyond me, but if you're going to report on her, at least come correct, please. Best of luck to you. Okay, so that was the 24th. And then she emailed me after that she's just really that good. Okay, well, you're not really, maybe you're really that good at bringing yourself back to jail. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. This is so PG right here. Here we go. Binge Gorl, no subject. When was this? Yesterday, a day ago, Friday. I see why PG left you. You're so paranoid. You can't even run your own channel properly. You think everyone is her, and you're so dumb you've stopped fact checking everything, and you've gotten straight up lazy with your information. You're also so desperate for tea, you believe anything any random troll tells you that floats into your chat. And not to mention, you drive women to insanity. I've watched it with my own eyes. Couldn't be me. Kind of sad that fake emails are all you have to go off of. By the time this is over, that's the only memory you'll have left of PG. Fish is like 85%. God damn it, this is PG, okay? Let me repeat. By the time this is over, that's the only memory you'll have left of PG. A random email with an empty subject line. How sad. Maybe one day you'll actually report on facts and not fake drama. Oh, and Monty, I'm not her. No matter how bad you wish I was, I'm a former friend and I don't have to explain it to you or anyone. I'm not proving myself to a bunch of faceless sock accounts. You had your chance to get info and you lost it because you had to be rude, condescending idiot. And if you're dumb enough to fall for it, maybe you should go touch grass. I hope you have the day you deserve. Okay. 100% PG. Then I get another one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Another no subject. That means she's serious, folks. Binge Gorl. And per usual, you have absolutely nothing but vicious lies and slander to spew. Unless you run an IP trace, which requires a warrant to do, which is also above your pay grade, you have no proof of who I am. I could be Val, or I could be Who the hell brings up Val? Val hasn't been online in like years. Who brings up Valerie? Is this like crazy ass like conspiracy theory that PG does every single time and brings up Val all the time? Seriously, PG? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Egito says, I think it is Mesca pretended to be G, pretended to be Binge Girl, pretending. Oh my God, stop it. Okay, we know who this is. Let me continue, which is also above your pay grade. You have no proof of who I am. I could be Val, or I could be Ariel. I could be Barney. I could be Bally. I could be Jessica Messica. I could be now. I could be anyone. You still do not have proof. And you are spewing nothing but empty threats like you have been for years now. One day it'll all catch up to you. And when it does, it will be glorious to watch on replay. Oh, how would you know I've been spewing nothing but empty threats for years, Binge Girl? She knows too much, right? Bally, you're completely famous now. Everyone just mentions you. All right, let me continue. I got one today. I think it's the very hot and cold demeanor. Oh my God. Now I got, technically, my bad. I just got one a couple minutes ago. So I got two today. It's the typical MO that is purple glitter. So at 12:55 p.m., 45 minutes ago, my time, I got a new email from Binge Girl just before I started this stream. So I'm going to put it online and we're going to take a look at it. Binge Girl says, very hot and cold, like I said. Hi, Monty. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to your stream this morning. That is a very PG thing to do, apologizing in emails that they're sorry they couldn't make it to my stream. Let me continue. I'll start over. Hi, Monty. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to your stream this morning. I work early mornings and weekends. Stop the cap. Stop that cap, PG. This is a power move. This is a very good cover up. I kind of like it. You know, saying that you got work to make it seem as if you're not PG when you are actually PG. I do like this. This is a power move. I wanted to take a moment and explain some things. I was visiting Edna's chat last night and Random Fish helped me sort some things out. Random Fish, you goddamn traitor. Which I'm hoping he'll tell you about in today's stream. Also, Random Fish, you're a man. First, I wanted to apologize to you. Random explained to me that because Baby Render, that too many emails freak you out. And given how PG can be sometimes, I get that. I was only throwing digs at you because I was trying to see if you'd respond to me. That's all it was about. It wasn't meant to be a personal attack. I knew about the DH emails because I have a friend who used to work with his fiance. Mr. Hansen is well known in our area, and if you're a local, it's very easy to know who the both of them are. I also know why they. I also know an offer was made that day of the preliminary hearing. Oh, an offer to what? Plead to something? One party made an offer and the other party said no. Oh, it was a plea. I haven't read these emails, to be honest with you. I've been having them for years, so I never look at them. Then they moved forward to trial. I don't know what her plan of defense is. She will not share it with anyone, not even her own family. She's that on edge about her case. I only know what I know through third parties, as in inside your brain is a third party. Is this an alter? Yeah, Egitos, we're just gonna change your pronouns. You're now a man, as per PG, aka Binge Girl. Sorry if I panicked you in all the wrong ways. I just wanted to see if you'd talk to me. As for me knowing about Mr. Brower, the asshole who abused her and left her physically bruises all over, I'm sorry. If that actually happened, that's disgusting. I knew about that guy because I've known PG for over 20 years. That Brower guy broke her heart and he changed her in all the wrong ways, which is why I hate him. She had every evidence she needed to charge him, but she didn't because he scared her. I hate what he did to her. He changed my best friend in all the wrong ways. Anyway, I'm sorry for alarming you and for coming at you wrong, but that's how I know what I know. I didn't mean to upset you so much, and when Random broke it down to me, I ended up feeling bad for you. I do know how PG can get at times, but I apologize. And I hope this email can help sum things up since I can't make it to the stream today. That is a very PG mistake to make. Sense instead of sins. And I won't come back to the chat. I'm sure there's plenty of people I can visit. So that was maybe now 50 minutes ago. All right, so let's see what I just got maybe 15 minutes ago now. A new one. Yeah, 19 minutes ago. My apologies. This was 19 minutes ago. Let me put it on the screen. Let me show ya. So this was, like I said, 19 minutes ago. You can see it like literally right there. Binge Gorl, no subject. And no, I did not admit to anything for PG in the stream last night. What I talked about was I knew what the trigger was to make PG act that way. And what the trigger was your stream from back in April. The one where you said PG was going to hurt the lawyer. That's what the cause was for kicking off the whole spiral. It had nothing to do with the letter she got. As for why she supposedly contacted the lawyer allegedly, I do not know that specific answer. All I know about is the trigger. Sorry to be confusing. Wait a second. So does that mean I might need to go to court to like explain myself, or is the video already self-explanatory? Is she using that as the defense? She got triggered by some a-hole that lives in Toronto, Canada, and that's the reason why she sent emails to DH. Is that what she's trying to put here? Sorry to be so confusing. It is hard to say everything in just a few short sentences sometimes. Short sentences, PG, not short. But I'm sorry I panicked you, Monty. I was only hoping you'd respond back to me, and I went the wrong way about it. Jesus Christ. How many years has PG been trying to have me respond to her by email and I never do? But you think I'm going to respond because you're acting as a different person with information, so maybe I'd reply and maybe dig for information through you. I mean, that is actually a fair play. That is a very fair play. I think a lot of people would bite at this and be like, oh, this person has information on the case. Maybe I should interact with them. And then that's just how PG gets her goodies, by having me interact with her through way of a person or who I believe is a completely different person, but it is PG. I think that's what she's hoping. All right, let me read this again. I was only hoping you'd respond back to me, and I went the wrong way about it. Hope this information helps, and hope you have a nice stream. And please keep in mind that my information is strictly third party, right? Which means it's coming from a friend of a friend. We aren't as close as we used to be, but I check in on her from time to. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. If you aren't as close as you used to be, why would she give you all this personal, pertinent information, especially when she doesn't even tell her own family members, her own blood, her own kin, this information, yet she's telling you, but now you're saying you're not close with her as you guys used to be, even though you've known her for 20 years. This doesn't make any sense unless you are PG. All right. Hope this clears everything up for you. And then that was it. That's it. I don't know what to say. I love PG. This has all made me love PG more. Random fish, sir. Get it? Because she says that you're a man fish. Random fish, sir. How could you betray me like this by talking to my ops last night in Edna's stream? How could you? I'm just kind of questioning. Really? You don't think it's PG? Are you serious? It has literally PG written all over this. This is literally PG behavior. You know what? I'm done. All I gotta say is PG, stop violating your order, your bond order. Like this is not even a joke. Like people might be laughing and putting in stuff on here, but to be honest with you, you could very well be put back in jail in Lawrence County Jail if you continue to do this. Yes, they will have to prove that it was you. Maybe you're using a VPN, but there's a multitude of ways they can still catch you. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. It's just my opinion on this whole situation. Do whatever you want, but I think Eggy was you were right that you were wrong, Eggy. You were surprised that Purple Glitter was staying off the internet for a whole month. Well, not really. She has not. She's been watching and she has been commenting, and YouTube is social media. These emails don't count because emails are not characterized as social media. Social media is when a whole group of people can come on or log on to a central service and interact with each other either through chat and or exchanging pictures or videos. Emails are not social media. So she can indeed, in fact, email me, but what she cannot do is go on YouTube. That is social media. Anyways, I guess I'm out of here. I gotta go study and I gotta get some wood for some wood replacing. Okay. So thank you so much, people, for hanging out with me. And what can I say? If more information comes about, I will come about. But other than that, I am out of here. Vanillin06 says you should call the prosecutor and have her subpoena you and Brower as victims of her insanity. I mean, that is an idea. Who knows what the prosecutor will do? Or should I say the assistant prosecutor or assistant prosecuting attorney? Who knows? But something is going to happen. Sewell says Binge Girl has been online. We don't know what PG is doing. I imagine garden. Oh yeah, sure. PG is totally gardening and pickleball. She is totally the gardening and pickleball type, not the writing incessant emails to Monty type and coming on onto Go World. Well, we shall see what happens. Cheers, people. Take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I won't. I have no idea. This is a very on the fly type of thing I've been doing lately because that's the only way I can do it. I can't set time because my time is valuable, but I'll be around. Cheers. Have a good one.